Welcome to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. First of all, you know what that is, John?
Friday audience.
That's a Friday crowd. That's what that is. That is genuine. That is genuine. Happy Friday here. We're still digesting the double stuffed burrito of the Mueller report that came out yesterday. Some of it's backing up on us. Now, apparently, Trump's team had a head start on seeing it because before its release, Justice Department officials had numerous conversations with White House lawyers about the conclusions made by Mueller, which aided the president's legal team as it prepares a rebuttal to the report. Why do you need a rebuttal to a report that supposedly completely exonerates you? We find, Your Honor, Your Honor, we find the defendant not guilty. Your Honor, I object. Let me explain myself. Of course, it's important to remember the whole shebang did not start as an investigation into what Donald Trump did or did not do. It started as an investigation into what Russia did. Then Trump said, uh-oh, I didn't do what they say I did unless I did. So he fired James Comey for trying to find stuff out, and Mueller was then hired to look into possible obstruction of justice. Now, there's disagreement over whether Trump obstructed justice, but Mueller made it clear Russia's the bad guys here because 12 Russians were indicted by a grand jury for allegedly hacking during the 2016 election, including allegations of hacking emails of the Democratic National Committee, and 13 other Russian nationals and 3 companies were indicted last year for attempting to use social media to influence the election. Now, for those of you keeping score at home, let's see, 12 Russians plus, let's see, plus 13 Russians, plus 3 Russians gets you the Electoral College. Now, basically, check it out.
Oh, yeah.
Math checks
Check
out.
the math. I think you might be right.
Russia basically threw spies at Donald Trump nonstop for a year, including reaching out to 2 of Trump's foreign policy advisors with promises of dirt on Clinton, on top of famous Trump Tower meeting with Donald Trump Jr. and a Russian lawyer. I'm starting to think Trump had more foreigners working for his campaign than Americans. So, like his hotels. But while... What? Sorry.
Yeah, uncomfortable.
Members of Mar-a-Lago here tonight. But while that was going on, Trump said this about the hacking that members of his campaign knew was tied to Russia.
I mean, it could be Russia, but it could also be China. It could also be lots of other people. It also could be somebody sitting on their bed that weighs 400 pounds, okay?
Not okay. For one thing, it was Russia. For another, quit body shaming. That hacker's doctor says he weighs only 239 pounds. So, Russia. Russia definitely helped him last time. They helped him get elected. Russia might help him next time. But if you fantasize about him leaving the White House, you're not alone, because so does he. Because Trump is already plotting his post-White House tell-all memoir. It's going to be a sequel to his actual 2015 book, Crippled America. All he has to do is add 2 words. Now, there are... It's efficient.
Took it down a level.
It's efficient.
A lot of levels.
Now, there are a couple problems with Trump planning to write a book. Write and book. But Trump sees this as a way to finally make a little cash off this low-paying president job. Because he's told friends he assumes it will be a New York Times bestseller. Yeah, and he's already got a sticker for the front cover. #1 failing enemy of the people bestseller. But Trump might have trouble finding a publisher for his tome because Don Jr. tried to sell a book last year but could not find a buyer because publishers balked at the 7-figure price tag he was asking. Or It could be that no one wanted to publish his young adult novel, The Adventures of Derek and Ron Jr., two good boys who their father really loved and even gave them hugs. But I'd buy that. I would buy that. I'll publish that. But Trump is confident in his book, and I do not doubt it, because our sources in the White House have leaked an excerpt. Chapter 1, The Art of Presidenting. The White House was truly hell. I was forced to go to meetings, listen when other people said stuff, and in one unforgettable moment, turn off a TV. I'll never forget those chilling words uttered one fateful afternoon in the Situation Room. Sir, put on some pants.